I have to say, having spent 40 years working very long hours, often abroad, seeing very little of the family, to actually get up on a Monday morning in casual clothes, get into the Land Rover, to actually arrive of the morning, unlock that gate and drive down to our woodland, always makes me feel this is well worth it. This is what it is about. We were in the lovely position where the mortgage was paid off. We'd paid for the children through university. The thought of buying a second home and spending my retirement sitting on the beach didn't appeal to me. I can remember the time I actually walked into the sitting room and said to my wife and my daughter, let's buy a woodland. I won't say what she said, but she thought I was mad.
I just saw it as more gardening, and gardening's not really my thing anyway. But I didn't understand how nice it could be. The peace and the tranquility.
We bought through the woodlands, very straightforward. If you've ever bought a house, it's half as difficult as that.
We particularly liked that it was a set price. So the published price was the price. So you couldn't offer more, or you couldn't offer less. And the first person to say yes, we agree to the price.
There's no gazumping or anything like that. No. It's very straightforward.
It's very good.
We'd looked at quite a few, and we saw these two together, separated by a path, totally different in character.
Ben's got a speaker back now. I found him! It's definitely a blue beetle, because it looks a bit blue and then...
Park at the gate, walk the half mile down to our woodland, thinking what are we going to do? My equipment consisted of my old Swith arming knife and a walking stick. We then added a flask and a few other things. We then added a chainsaw, and eventually it became too heavy to move all the equipment on our backs. So again, I smiled at Jill, and we bought a second-hand Land Rover. Have they got the chairs out? If friends say to me, why have you bought a wood? What do you do down there? Come have a look. And that's nice. Again, I think that's rather nice. They can come down there. And it's surprising when you find there's a fallen tree and there's a lot of wood going spare, how many of your friends and relatives decide they would like to come down and get a trailer full of wood.
And that one doesn't really make
And Ben. Jim. And Amy. And Min. Where have they gone then?
Yes, I am.
Calling me over?
Yes, I do, Grandpa.
Yeah, we'll be with you in about 5 minutes. Over. Well, one of the things you can't do is, so I'm going down to the woods to do X, because I can guarantee when we arrive, other things we need doing. And obviously as a priority, it's always what is urgent. And I'll give you an example. Coming down here one day in the winter, all plans what we were going to do, we found one of the largest beech trees in the woods fallen down. 2 weeks of work over a couple of months to actually chop up the tree, chainsaw the tree and sort the matter out. So really everything else we intended to do for that 2 months went. On the tree here you will see the words USA Rules 1944. In fact, that refers to a US battalion that were here for 3 months prior to D-Day, which was on obviously the 6th of June 1944. I've researched this and we've identified the American battalion that was actually here for 3 months, literally camped within these woods. And they left on the 4th of June in preparation for D-Day. Are you mucking up my hair? Yeah.
I've been there before. Wait, if the gate actually stops. Miss! I can't fly! The walls are lifted!
The boundaries are in fact the natural pathways that what Woodlands have done for each woodland. They've actually staked it out with colour coding, so you can clearly see what is your wood and what is someone else's wood. The contract says that the pathways remain the property of Woodlands, and all other woodland owners have free access to them. And of course, it is quite clear on your title deeds where your woodlands start and where your woodlands finish. So it doesn't present a problem.
It is a rural area anyway, so we don't have very many houses around us. But there are people that live nearby on farms that have always historically walked their dogs or enjoyed the woodlands, and we're happy for that to continue. Occasionally when we're enjoying the woods, you'll see somebody come through, and that's fine. We're quite happy with that. One of our woods is carpeted with bluebells in the spring, and from George's book he knows when they flower, and we're able to see the seasons changing. And the times vary so much, it's surprising.
My eldest son-in-law's father, he likes coming down with me, and we sit like a couple of old Watsits together. By coincidence, we actually share the same birthday. When we came down on our birthday, and we worked, you say we're going to work for 8 hours, you find you work for 2, and that's enough for our age. And we sat with our coffee and our bacon sandwich and a cigar, and we actually celebrated our birthday together. Marvellous, great fun. I found, to start with, it was rather slow. I say you start with a penknife and you then get a chainsaw, you then get a Land Rover, and you end up with so much equipment. And it's like an enthusiast about any situation. You see something, you read something, you have to buy it, and it's always useful.
Especially if it's got a powerful motor, I think it's a boy thing.
Yeah.
We want to make sure Bob stays alive, okay?
Yeah, I'm totally.
Oh, Patty. You like olives, don't you? Well, we're going to say that we...
I know what it is. Mummy showed me a picture of Daisy.
We've certainly enjoyed the woodlands for the last 10 years. It's become a family, part of the family life.
I made you a teepee that didn't quite work, but if you re-put it...
I'm really looking forward to spending more time in the woods.
Yeah, she was a minute this morning.